turned it around.
Reno, what that reminds me of, it's kind of when the Athletics got rid of Jason Giambi, and then they went on that crazy run, even though they fell short. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get rid of one bad blood, and all of a sudden all the players just kind of step up just a little bit.
I mean, Giambi went to the Marlins and won a World Series with him, so thank you for that too. You know what I mean?
Well, he went to Boston first.
Yeah.
Then when he came to Miami.
That was nice. He was a great catcher. I mean, here's the deal. Like I said, 19-31, middle of the season, no hopes, 12 games behind 500. Nevertheless, first place. This team was able to make a rally and come back, right? There were 5 different occasions in the season, and including the postseasons, that they were facing elimination games 5 different times. Meaning, if they lose this game, they're done. Came back and won each one. Okay?
Insane, dude.
7, okay, out of those 5 games. No. If I'm not mistaken, it was 7 out of those 5 games. They were home games. Well, away games. I'm sorry. They beat the opponent outside. Well, in their own house. I mean, talk about guts, moxie, the willingness to keep fighting. I mean, this team really just came back and rallied themselves, man, and now they are the national champions, the world champions. I mean, kudos to them. Kudos to the whole team for believing in each other, and man, it's just unreal. But here's another crazy story about the Nationals. You ready?
Yeah.
The pitcher that started last night, Scherzer.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 nights ago, he had a nerve issue on his neck that he wasn't even able to get out of his bed.
Oh, wow.
His wife had to change his clothes.
Oh, wow.
He was supposed to pitch 2 nights ago. Couldn't do it. They gave him a shot of cortisone, the doctors. Right? They had to wait for that to kick in because it takes a couple days. So when they needed him the most, Game 7, facing elimination against the defending champions, the best team in baseball, he came back out, and he only allowed 2 hits and came back and shut the game off. I mean, talk about overcoming adversity. I mean, this man really showed what the Nationals, what their heart and what their motto is. And it all goes down to the coach, Adam Martinez, bro. He's a beast coach. He's super emotional. He's a dog, and his team. I mean, like I said, bro, they remind me of the Marlins, man. Just wild card, old team. Like, got the guts, got the heart, and just get it done, bro.
It's it's a weird thing about sports, bro. Like, sometimes the best team doesn't win the thing, you know? Just because you have the best record doesn't mean you're the best team.
100%.
You know, there's something about having that adversity that keeps you fresh and keeps you hard and keeps you on your toes. You know, like sometimes, you know, even in football, that team that takes the long road to the bowl is the team that's, like, I guess in a better position to win. You know, like compared to that first round bye. You're like, oh, I got a first round bye. I'll face these guys in the second round. It's like, cool, you get a week of rest, but it's like when you're playing at such a high level, you really can't afford the rest.
Right.
And I think that for teams, at least in recent years, right, the teams that have been winning are the teams that are like going in and having to go through the wild card, through the first round, and really, really play every game, you know, and have those long series because it gets them like sharp, like so sharp that by the time they go into the World Series, it's like, yeah, we're going to win this in 4. And they almost dominate, you know, and that's what happened with the Nats, bro. Like, they went up, 2 games to nothing, ended up winning the series in 5.
I'm telling you, bro, every single time they faced eliminations and they were able to just come through and rally together. One of the main things that, you know, so there was some controversy that happened in Game 6. And I feel like this is what really was the turning point. Because Houston's culture in that baseball team, okay, I was listening to radio this morning on the way to work, and they were kind of describing Like, this was like a middle finger to the modern style baseball, this Nationals team, because this is a team that goes in there and pitches and the pitcher stays there the whole freaking game, while the Astros, what they're doing is they don't even allow the pitcher to work the count. They don't, you know what I mean? The Astros are like, you make one mistake, there's no room to make the mistakes, you're out of here. They don't allow the pitchers to work, which the Nationals is not like that. They're more of an old school team as far as business model, as far as playing style, and it was, like I said, it was like an FU to that new modern baseball. What I'm trying to say is that they're cocky. Here's what happened: Bregman on Game 6, he slapped a homer to take the lead. What he did, he carried his bat all the way to first base. Put it into perspective like this, okay? If you remember a few years ago, Joey Bautista, when he did the bat flip when he was playing the Rangers, Roogie knocked him out the next time they fought, or the next time they saw each other, right? If a bat flip can cause so much controversy on a team, like smacking a home run, flipping the bat like that, imagine carrying the bat all the way from home after hitting a home run to first base, trying to baton pass it to the first base coach, completely drops the bat while he's like rounding the bases. I mean, it was a mess, bro. It was a mess. It was disrespectful to the game. It was all kinds of stuff. So here's the deal. Next time the Nats are back on base, Juan Soto, the guy that just turned 21 4 days ago, one of the youngest players in baseball, just won a World Series, by the way. Amazing guy. Smacks a home run. I think it was off the second pitch. Carries his bat to first base. I loved it, bro. I loved it. I was like, man. Yeah, I mean, it was. It goes to prove, like, in sports, bro, and in life, you could be the greatest. You can talk trash, pero con los calladitos, bro, hay que tener cuidado.
Pues claro.
Con los calladitos.
Pues claro. I mean, here's what I love about baseball, at least in modern times, right? It's not like our parents' baseball.
Yeah, it was like you want to fight for everything. Like, oh, you looked at me wrong when I was swinging the bat. Like I'm rushing to the mound. Nah, bro, it's not like that now.
Now it's like you want to show off a little bit, and it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip the bat. Ah, cool bean.
So, yeah.
Like, I like the swag, you know. I like the swag, bro. But I love the adversity, dude. I love that. I like the Nats story, and you know, it's funny. I didn't watch Game 7. I was doing a show. It's funny. In the venue that I was at, they turned on the game right after the last person went up, and we all took pictures. They turned it on, and we were like the last out on the bottom of the ninth. And all of a sudden, I'm talking to another comic, and I'm like, funny how this is a historic win, and in 20 years, me and you are going to talk about this, and we're going to be like, yeah, we were doing a show that night.
Right.
Like it's like 20 years ago, like two fucking, you know, starving comics trying to fucking make it.
And the reason why this win was so historic is because, like I was just finished saying, number one, the team that were projected to not even make it close to the playoffs, they got there. They faced 5 elimination games, they won each one. Not only that, but this was the first time in any sport, period, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, hockey, tennis, I don't care what game, what sport, this is the first time that a team was able to win all 7 post-game seasons on the road.
Jesus.
Astros lost every single home game on the World Series. They only lost 4 the whole season out of 180 games. And they lost 4 in the World Series. But they also went to the Nationals' house and swept them 3 games. No home team this World Series was able to win a home game, which is nuts. It's never happened.
It's a weird time in the world, man. Yankees were supposed to be this was supposed to be the coronation.
Man,
they fell apart. Dodgers, that was supposed to be their coronation. They fell apart. It's an interesting year, man. It's an interesting year.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie this. All right, we've all been in situations in our life where maybe we look back and we're like, wow, I don't know how I made it out, or situations where even right now we're facing that we're like, man, I wish I can see myself out of this here soon. like we all face adversity at points in times in our lives, and you know, what's something that you can say that you can tie this story with something similar that's happened to your life and you can reflect on? Kind of getting deep here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let it happen.
For me, man, it's always my life. While it on the surface, if you don't know me, it might seem like I've always had it easy, but it's far from the truth. You know. You know, I've talked about this. You know, I'm a military kid. My dad is still very active in my life. But statistically, I didn't really grow up with him. You know, he was always traveling.
Right.
My mom, I should be in jail. All right, I should be dead. But I was having this conversation with another comic the other day about criticism and all this, and it's kind of like when you go through shit, it almost makes me want to work harder.
And I think that's something that
I'm not saying it's healthy.
No. I think that you got to be born with that.
And it's something my dad's always said it. Like and it's taken me a while. You know, I'm 29 now. I turn 29 in a couple of weeks, and Papi's always said this about me, and I never understood why till recently. It's like this mentality, like I'm fucking stubborn, but it's like I'm stubborn. Like it's like talk your shit. I'm about to shut your ass up. Mm-hmm. But where before it was with my hands, now it's with my work. We were having a conversation before we got started, and it was like, and it wasn't in a bad way. It was just like, hey, I'm trying to make this shit happen, and I'm trying to fucking outwork everybody out here. Not because I believe this to be true. You've heard it 1,000 times. Hard work beats fucking talent. Every
time.
Single fucking time. And I'm not the prettiest. I'm not the most talented. But motherfucker, I'm a dog. I'm a fucking dog. And you can have it, but you're not going to outwork me. And it's just because you're going up every night, just because you're doing these things and you look busy and all this, you don't know what I'm doing. You don't know my hustle. Because for me, everything that I've earned in my life is because I've worked my fucking ass off for it. Worked my ass off for it, bro. Like, we were having a conversation before we got started. I've never been busier.
And let me tell y'all something. Me and Daniel, we talk outside of this podcast, and we have very deep conversations. So, just saying.
And I've never been busier in my life. I've also never been happier, but I've also never been as motivated.
Right.
Like, I found a purpose that I feel that I'm supposed to be on this earth for. And I feel that God gave me the ability to talk and have these thoughts and have these conversations to share with people. Not only on the podcast, but on stage and be an influence. And I don't know if it's ever going to take off. But gosh darn it, man, I am working my ass off. I'm networking. I'm showing face. I'm talking to people. I'm making connections. Bro, you've seen how we're pumping out content, dude.
We're trying. I promise you.
Bro, like, inform these people. Inform them. We're pumping out content twice a week, hour plus. This is an at-home operation.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, but obviously there's moments where I'm not able to, to be here because, I'm going through, like I said earlier, I'm
big life changes.
I'm trying to make big boy moves. I got my big boy pants on right now.
But that's the season we're in, though.
Well, right. That's the season. Exactly. That's the season that we're in. But like, what I'm trying to say is that when I'm not here, like, you've been able to reach out to people and to still put out content out there and to still make it happen for whether it be all the listeners that we have or for that one listener that we have.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
And here's the deal, bro. and this is where our friendship is, where I value our friendship beyond anything that we do,
Right.
is because there's a mutual respect, and I see how hard